Here's how to demonstrate the power of a library to a child. Step 1. I went to the internet and looked up Peter Jennings to find an example of a book he had written. I searched for a review of his book and found the following comments on a weblog. My family is a great fan of his TV program, World News Tonight, and I was honored to receive his excellent history book, which I enjoyed reading greatly. This is someone who's writing about it. It is filled with interesting facts and interviews with people who have experienced the actual events. It's the greatest book I have ever read. And if you know of any young people, you should make sure to get this book for them. And it's signed by a girl named Adora. So step 3 was I went to the library and found the book. I didn't check it out, but I looked at it for 30 minutes. Spending time with a book can be as important as actually reading it. Step 4, I have a I want to remember this notebook, and I write important notes in my notebook. And I wrote these notes from this weblog. You too can interact with the library. Adjust your visit to the learning style of the child. An active learner can be shown how to look up articles from 50 years ago. What did the newspaper print on November 7, and then what did it print on December 8? A visual learner needs magazines and things that can be manipulated and moved. Some libraries have kits for math that students can use to demonstrate geometry to themselves. If your child is a social learner, then visit the library during a book reading where other kids are sitting in a circle listening to one of the many workshops given at the library, which is more than just a place to store books. If your child is a quiet and introverted learner, let your child select a quiet place to sit with books chosen for an undisturbed session of just looking. In short, just showing up at the library is the first step. You can act as a role model for your child in how to immerse yourself in the resources available to the library. What example do you set for your child? Do you look at life as a series of problems and opportunities? Is the glass half empty or half full? Lemons or lemonade? Show your child how to react to a gray day. Do you have a positive mental attitude? This includes the example you set as an adult, as an uncle, as an aunt, as a grandparent, or as a neighbor, or a person in line at the post office. Do you ask out loud, how can I learn from this situation? Does the child hear you turn mountains into anthills? Here's a suggested reframing or self-talk. Is it really a problem? Well, it's just what it is. It's a situation. We have options. It doesn't have to consume me. It happened yesterday. All I have right now is not yesterday or today or tomorrow, but I have now. Could I do anything different today? I sure can. The choice is mine. To take charge of my thinking, my situation, and my actions. Life is a process. Here's the self-talk. I'm still learning and growing. My children know that I make mistakes, and I let them make mistakes. I use words like, I'm sorry, and forgive me. Excuses are not helpful. Blaming someone else does not help me. Here's the self-talk. A mistake is an opportunity to learn. When we blame someone else or give excuses, we miss an opportunity to learn. Give examples of encouragement. When I help another person because he doesn't know how to get out of the hole he dug for himself, I'm enabling or disabling the person. Don't do anything for the children that they can do for themselves. Maria Montessori said that. Dependency doesn't promote good self-esteem. Here are some examples of words of encouragement. Try it again. How can you do it differently? You've got the idea. Keep going. What does that word mean to you? When a child is stuck and says, I don't know how to explain it, you can say, "Give me an example." These words will encourage a child to perform her understanding. Focus on your child's intentions. Instead of being critical, comment on the action. If your child surprises you with a toasted sandwich to welcome you home after work, don't point out that the bread is burned. Say, "How thoughtful of you to prepare something for me. Can you show me how you did it?" And then you can see what your child did incorrectly. You can say, "The next time, check the setting of the toaster, but I'm so happy that you thought of me." Accept the fact that we are all teachers. Don't blame the school for gaps that you see in the education of our youth. When was the last time you volunteered to speak to a class of middle school students? We are all mentors. We each can participate, and your child will notice that you care about what happens in the school. Even a parent with a serious disease can take charge of her condition by asking questions and looking for the right treatment. If her relationship with her doctor is not positive, she works to fix it, or she has the right to terminate services and go get another doctor. All of this is mentoring, showing students how to take charge of a situation. If your relationship with the school isn't working, you can fix it or find a school that meets your needs. For example, do you know what Bill Gates says about schools today? It's about the new 3 R's, and you as a mentor can bring relevance and relationships into schools. You can find out more at whatshouldstudentslearn.com. Encourage your child to talk about his or her frustrations. Validate their feelings. Remember to use the I statement. When your child says that a former friend is and then gives a negative label, ask the child to reframe and make it personal. I feel hurt, isolated, lonely, left out when my friend laughed at me, didn't invite me to the party, etc. That's the I statement. Keep the door to communication open. Don't force your children to talk to you. If you make time to listen, someday your child will come with a problem. Instead of saying, "Can't this wait?" or "You waited until now to tell me this?" you can reframe or restate the situation. "Honey, I'm ready to give you my full attention. What's on your mind?" Take time out before you have a temper tantrum. What is your anger cue? What is your method for handling your fear, which is behind the anger? Be a model to your child about how to handle disappointment. Expose your child to different cultures. This is a wonderful one. Visit museums and street fairs in different neighborhoods. It helps your child to accept differences. We live in a salad bowl. Show your child that you are continuing to learn new things about other cultures and that your preconceptions are sometimes inaccurate or lacking in information. Another culture is less threatening when we know the food and the art of that culture.